Hello and welcome to Talk a Good Game. It's a preview of the big one. It's West Ham United against Tottenham at the London Stadium on Saturday. We're all looking forward to it. I've got a couple of people with me, but first we'll go to Tom. Tom, as always, we'll talk about the opposition. Unfortunately, what do you make of Tottenham?
It's Tottenham, mate, isn't it? Unfortunately, the last few seasons, even this season, they're a much better team than us, aren't they? Daniel Levy runs the club a lot better than our owners, in my opinion. Even though sometimes that could be controversial. And they've got some fantastic players, mate, haven't they? They found a little gem in Danny Alley, for all less from the lower league, a bit like us with Antonio, finding lower league sort of little gems, obviously. And then you've got Harry Kane, haven't you? Really, but they've got Ericsson, they've got some quality players, Gian. They're just a good team, and they've got a good manager. Let's be honest, he's a really good manager.
And my other guest making his debut in Talk Good Game, you might have seen him on the channel in the summer for his Let's Discuss with Tom on the London Stadium. It's from crosshammers.com. The link is in the description. Check out the memorabilia over there. Fantastic website. Nick, pleased to have you. What's your opinion on Spurs?
Oh, thanks for asking me on Gio, mate. Spurs, they're a decent outfit, mate. As much as I want us to beat them, and I think we've got a fighting chance, but we're going to have to be top of our game to beat these boys, aren't we? Let's be honest. Just look at their, they've got Trippier, they've got Kane, Ali, Ericsson. Everyone forgets about Ericsson. He's a decent player. I don't know. It's going to be an arse to beat them. That's for sure. Do you know what I mean? But I think we've got the chance. So, we're going to be up for it at our gaff. So, as long as the fans get behind them.
Well, you name dropped a couple of players there, Nick. But if you had to pick out one Spurs player which you fear the most on Saturday, who would it be?
Probably the Winderlicker himself, Kane. You know what I mean? He just scores goals, doesn't he? I know he's had a ropey old start this season, but I don't know. He's going to be an handful for our back three. We're playing the back three again, you know what I mean? And with Ali running at him and Ericsson, it's going to be our gaff, doesn't it? So for me, it's got to be Kane. He's got to be banging in 4 or 5 goals in one game soon. That's for sure. Just hope it ain't us. You know what I mean?
Tom, what about yourself? If you had to pick out one, who would you pick out?
Yeah, it's got to be Kane, hasn't it, really? Come on, I mean, he's scored over 20 goals. How many seasons now? Is it 4 seasons in a row? I mean, look, it pains me to say it. He's a world-class striker, He's really, is everything we wanted. He's a goal scorer, isn't he? Yeah, it has to be Kane, mate. He is just brilliant. Unfortunately, he plays with him.
It's Ericsson I'd pick out. I think Ericsson makes them tick. I think he's near enough world class as well. I think he's one player that could probably get into any team in the Premier League, including City. I think he could fit in there. Might be David Silva's replacement in the long term. We'll have to wait and see. Nick, are you glad it's at home on Saturday? I mean, there's 2 sides to this. One, we've got the home backing. However, Spurs are obviously struggling at Wembley, but they're doing well on the road. So are you glad it's a home fixture, or are you sort of half wishing it was at their place first?
You know what? I do kind of wish we were at their gaff first. Because like you say, they're not settling in there, which is what you expect. Like us, us last year. When you move to a stadium and you're playing all your games there, it takes a while to settle the bed in. So we've got them at our place. It's going to be a full house, guaranteed, isn't it? You know what I mean? So we're up for it. I personally don't have a massive hatred for Tottenham. Mine's Millwall. It's an age thing. But Tottenham, the fans are going to be so up for it. You know what I mean? I know Tom's biting at the bit. I sit next to him. He'll be jumping on his seat, I tell you. And so that's going to make a difference. And it all depends who starts as well, who's playing for us. And we'll discuss, no doubt, Noble later on. But you need them. It's Colin. I'm a bit pissed off. Collins ain't going to be playing. I'll be honest. I don't. Well, he's injured still, I think. I don't know what news is out. I got a bit annoyed with that because you need them players. You need Collins against Tottenham. You need an Ard who's going to fucking rally the troops with Reedy and Fonte at the back. You need that sort of steel. And Collins, when it comes to it, like Noble, when we fucking need them, they're there. For me, they're there. They can pull out these good performances, solid, and they're not going to get intimidated or pushed back by a strong, aggressive Tottenham. And I was annoyed with Collins at West Brom. Now, he's got the art, and he plays, he plays when he, takes a knock. He'll play a bit injured, like Noble with his hernia. They'll play. But at West Brom, like I was with Tom, I pointed out, as soon as he got injured, his gait, the way he moved was wrong. And he carried on until that was it. Do you know what I mean? But he picked up the injury about 10 minutes beforehand. And we could see how he was moving just off the ball. The way he was moving, he was injured. Now, if I were the other side of the fucking pitch, if I can see that, then surely the medical team could say, hang on, he's injured here. You know, he's not faking it. Let's get him off. Because now we haven't got him for Tottenham. And we need him for Tottenham. You know, yeah, you know, it's the experience head, isn't it? So I do worry that, you know, that we're at home with that, you know, without that strength at the back and that core strength. So.
Well, we'll run through the team news and we'll talk about a couple of positions. That's one of them. So, Tom, as Nick said there, Ginge is missing. Fontaine Reed will probably start. So, who would you give the third spot to? I think it's fair to say it's between Ogbonna and Declan Rice, the experienced and the young. The guy who's been making errors so far this season and the guy who's probably been one of our most impressive players this season. So, who would you pick against Tottenham?
As you said, Joe, I don't honestly think Slav can make a wrong decision, to be honest. If he picks either or, both have got, you just mentioned both cases perfectly. You go for experience with Ogbonna, you go for, but me personally, Declan Rice has done absolutely nothing wrong to be dropped. I mean, he's made one mistake against Newcastle all season, and lucky enough, he's actually come back into the team since. So I'd go with Declan Rice, and I think, as Nick was saying, he's West Ham. He loves West Ham. So, and I think you need them players that love the club a bit more against teams like Tottenham. You know, they'll go in for a challenge. They won't back out of a challenge, and they'll make sure that the challenge is felt. You know, strong challenges is what we need.
Do you agree with that, Nick, or would you be going with our Italian stallion?
I don't know. You know, Rice is playing. You know, he'll play with the art and the passion. I just feel like you mentioned Eriksen Ali running at him. I'll probably go with the eye tie. I'll be honest. You know what I mean? I'll probably go with him. I know you got to give the youth a chance, but I don't know. I just feel for this game we need a little bit more age in there, a little bit more steel. If you know what I mean. Rice is a good player, but this is going to be an atmosphere. And you've got some big units in Tottenham coming at them as well, and I just think the Italian would be a lot better. Do you know what I mean? Having him in, I like Rice. I'm glad they're getting the chance now. You know, I'd like to see Holland a bit more, and I'd like to see Quinner a bit more. But I think for this game, you need that little bit of strength, and I'd probably go with the fully grown man, as it were. So I'd have the Italian in. But if he goes with Rice again, I'm not going to look negative. I'm not a fan who goes negative over our West Ham. You know, he's got tough decisions to make here, forced on him as well. So I'll support him if he goes with Rice.
Yeah, I have to agree with you two, really. I don't think he can make a wrong call. He gets a free call with this one, Bilic. I think there's maybe a decision at the other end of the pitch, which I think might be a correct decision. We'll come on to that in a minute. But I think for the centre-back one, I can get why he picks whichever one he picks. But let's move on to the left wing-back position then. Masuaku versus Aaron Creswell. Tom, Creswell started every game so far at left wing-back. Masuaku impressed against Bolton. Would you change it, or would you stick with Aaron Creswell?
Look, I mean, I'm not just sitting on the fence tonight. Yet again, it's a fantastic position to be in. We've got two quality, I feel. But if it was last season, I would put Masuaku in because Cresswell was awful last season. But this season, Cresswell's done nothing wrong. He's actually upped his game, and I think he's getting back to the Cresswell we knew from the season before he got that injury in pre-season last year. So there's no wrong answer here, Gio. You could get Masuaku's done nothing wrong against Bolton to get, you know. So really, I'm honestly not bothered either one. Or I'm saying if Slav goes to Cresswell, he goes to Cresswell. If he goes to Masuaku, I'm not bothered, mate.
What about yourself, Nick?
Yeah, I like Arthur. To be honest with you, I liked him from day one. I know he had funnily enough, West Brom last season he had a nightmare, didn't he? But I like him. But like Tom says, Cressy ain't done anything wrong. Do you know what I mean? He's played well as well. So for these two positions we're on about as well, again, he can't do either or for me. You know. Personally, if I was money, I would probably go, right, go on, I'll put Cressy in. I'll put Cresswell in. Because I think he will know the enormity of this game more so than Arthur. Do you know what I mean? And it is, and all bullshit you hear. This is our cup final, that bollocks that you hear when we're playing Tottenham. They're more fussed about it than we are. You know what I mean? You know, let's be honest, we ain't expected to beat these. Do you know what I mean? We are not expected to beat these. So, you know, it's you know, it is a very important game for us. You know, for the fans, we want a good performance. You know, and that's more important than anything for me.
Yeah, I will go with Creswell because I think he's more defensively solid, and I think we need sort of defensive first. When it comes to the back five against Tottenham, you have to go defensive first. If Swansea the following week, I'd be going with Masuaku. Even if unless Creswell has a fantastic game, purely because I want the attacking player in there, which I think is Masuaku. If he plays Rice, I think he definitely needs Creswell. I don't think you can have a really attacking left back and a kid in behind him. I think you have to have that sort of protection in front of Rice a little bit. So I'd be going for Creswell as well. Now, centre of the pitch, this was going to be a debate. We were going to be saying, who do you play out of Obiang Kiate and Mark Noble? Which two? But it's come out that Obiang's injured. He will miss this game. So it's going to be Kiate and Noble in there. But I'm still wanting to pick up Mark Noble because, Tom, he's been the topic of a lot of discussion on social media this last week about whether you play him or not, if he's good enough or not. Is he Mr. West Ham? Is that good enough to get you a game? Now, what's your thoughts on Mark Noble in general?
Look, this be honest here, right? I mean, it's been covered by a lot of channels on YouTube, and you know, and Mark knows him. Mark knows himself, right? That he's I'm excited we laugh. Mark knows himself that, you know, he can't play every game, you know, and he's been out injured for a little while. But this is the game that you want Mark Noble. We need his leadership. And as I said to you, he's a West Ham boy from. You know what it means as a fan, as well as other fans. You know what it means for this game, you know. So he'll get the guys rallied up, and he'll give 110% on that pitch. I'm pretty sure of it if he starts. So, you know, and I don't like the fact that people have been threatening about breaking his legs, or I hope he breaks his legs so he can't play. It's absolutely wrong. The guy's a legend. In fact, you know, we're very rarely going to get a player like him again since the era of Billy Bonds and, you know, Trevor Brookie and all these players that have stayed at the club. No, we're not going to get it, are we? Really? So Noble's he's like one of the last ones, really. Stephen Gerrard, he's one of the last ones to sort of play for a club for a long time. So he deserves the respect of everyone. And yeah, I'm not one to say he does go net backwards, and if he has a bad game, I'm going to say he's had a bad game. But he deserves a lot more respect. I don't want him to be acted like we did with Kevin Nolan. You know, I don't want him to be a scapegoat. I really don't.
Nick, what's your thoughts on our skipper?
My thoughts are these pricks on the internet, on the bloody Twitter, giving it all that about Mark Noble. He's a legend, is Mark Noble. He is not the fastest, but he'll give 100%. He'll have a worldie of a game here. So every time I'm on the internet and I see these wallies going on about getting rid of Noble, and they can't wait for him to fail. Now, they must be all nuts. They must all be ginger fucking nuts, a lot of them, because Noble is class. I tell you now, Noble will give it 100%, and I'd have him in the team straight away. And any fans who get on the case of one of our captain, like Tom said, a steward of the club, like Bonds, like Brooking, you know what I mean, who gave it everything for the club, like Mark does. And they've got the nerve to come out of the woodwork and slate him and wish him a bad game against Tottenham, of all people. Now, we need him. I know I'd have started with him, I'll be honest with you. Even if Bang was still playing, I'd have started with him, and like I would with Collins, because you've got that backbone, you've got what you need with Noble, you know what I mean? And we need that. You know, no matter that he hasn't played a few games, he's going to be giving it 100%. And you need that. You need that in a player. You need that in a team. So like Tom, I get fed up with these pretend fans who've, you know, haven't got a clue, and they just spout a load of crap all the time about Noble and about West Ham. And, you know, we're all entitled to our opinion. I'm not saying there's a lot of lads I don't agree with. There's a lot of lads who won't agree with me. But those who don't agree with me and I don't agree with them, I respect their decision. If they go to the games now and again, or they watch every game on the telly, and they don't bullshit it all the time. So just social media about our West Ham, we're not a joke yet, but we're fucking getting there with some of it. Some of them ploughing in their crap all the time. And Noble watches this. Noble knows what's happening. Noble has a read. He knows fucking hell, you know, some of the lads are getting a bit annoyed with us and all that. And he's going to give it 150%. He's a fan. He's like Rice. He's a fan of West Ham United. There's no way he's not going to put it in. So I say get behind him. I say get behind Noble. Get behind the old team. You know, Sacco scores, I'll cheer. I don't like Sacco. I ain't going to boo him because I've never booed a West Ham player in my life. But when he scores, yeah, I'm going to cheer. I'm going to cheer for the team because the team have scored. Yeah, whether it's Sacco or not. And we've got to have the same principle with Noble. He's playing in the claret and blue. He gives it 100% every time he does play. Yeah, he's lost that little bit he had before. But we can't. Why are we knocking? Why are we wanting failure from him? You know what I mean? Like Tom said about Nolan and Scotty Parker to a degree. He got a bit of grief and all. But they're playing for us, so I'll support them. I'll be honest with you. And Noble, I just wish some people just shut their mouths and just listen and watch and let him play. And then we'll criticise. Listen, if he has a bad game, I'll say, hey, Noble, we had a bad game, son. You know what I mean? But don't slate the boy before he's even kicked the ball back in for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can only echo your thoughts. There's a reason he's my photo on the wall there. He's my favourite player. I think he's the most underrated player at West Ham, and I genuinely think that. I think this season, I don't even know what he's done wrong this season. I thought he had a good game at Old Trafford. I think he got subbed when he was having a good game, and I thought Obiang should have been one to go off. Thought he played well at Southampton. Part of the reason that we came from 2-0 down to equalise 2-2. That doesn't happen without a leader on the pitch. It does not happen. You don't come from 2-0 down to 2-2 without a leader on the pitch. Noble was leader. Now, he was awful against Newcastle. One of the worst performances I've seen from Mark Noble in a long, long time. But show me a player that had a good game at Newcastle. And then he hasn't played the last couple. And I think we've missed him in midfield. Obiang Kiai couldn't control a midfield against West Brom, who didn't even want to enter our half with the ball. And they struggled to control that midfield. How Kiai has gone without criticism this season compared to Noble is beyond me. That guy is somehow got away with it. Noble seems to do one missed pass and get slayed. So I'm with you two on that. But we'll part of the Mark Noble thing. He's starting on Saturday. We're all going to get behind him and hope that he has a good game. And let's talk about the last two positions of the squad. They come together, left wing and striker, because Bilic's press conference today, in case you haven't listened, he sort of said that he knows Hernandez is not playing in the position he should be playing. He knows that, but he's saying it's sort of a make-do. Now, we can only assume that's until Lanzini comes back. But what do you two think we should be doing? We've got Hernandez, Andy Carroll, and Marko Arnautovic, in my opinion. Throw IU in if you want, but I'm going to assume neither of you want him in there. And it's between Arnautovic, Hernandez, and Carroll. What combination are you doing, Tom? Left wing and striker.
Left wing, mate. It's got to be Arnautovic on the left. It has to be Arnautovic. I'm sorry. Hernandez can't go out there. I don't care if he knows he shouldn't be going out there. He's drifting out there after he starts. No, you've got Hernandez up top. He's got to be in the middle, and he's got to have a bit of balls with him. He's not. If he's only going to play one striker, just play Hernandez. Put Carroll on the bench. There's no wrong with it. But yet again, he's trying to fit people in, isn't he? You know, so square pegs, round holes, and all that. So he's got a bit of guts, Joe.
Tom, if he does play, what would you rather see? Would you rather see Arnautovic left wing and Carroll up front, or Hernandez left wing, Carroll up front? If he was going to play Carroll up front, who would you rather see left wing?
Arnautovic.
Nick, what about yourself? What combo would you like to see?
Hold on, let me just take this off because only pricks wear hats indoors, so I'll just take that off. I got to agree with Tom, really. I'll be honest. Hernandez, he didn't like playing where he were West Brom. He didn't like playing in that position. I would have Carroll on the bench. I'd bring him on for the last 15 because he's bringing in IU. He's bringing in IU now. You know, on the last 15 or whatever. I'd bring Carroll because that scared the hell out of him. It's the Peter Crouch effect with him. He's a big old unit. Last 15 minutes of the game, get him in, cause mischief. I think Hernandez could run some rings around, was it Sanchez and I can't say Alderweireld or whatever his name is. I think he'll cause them mayhem, you know what I mean? If he's just left to just roam on them and attack. And I'd put the old big old, what's his fucking name? I can't say it. What's his name?
Arnautovic.
That's the one, Arnie. I'll call him Arnie from now on. I'd put him on. He's an evil little, he's an evil big cunt, isn't he? He will cause hassle. He'll be running at them. You know what I mean? He'll keep Son or Trippier busy all bloody game. So I'd have Carroll. I'd agree with Tom. I'd have Carroll on the bench and I'd bang him on last 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, I'd probably take Hernandez off then. Get him a run at him and just non-stop. Be like his best position is up front. He ain't going to play him together, obviously, but, it don't work if you're going to move him out of position. So no, I totally agree with Tom. Bring Arnie on, because he's a dirty, he's hard, and he goes in at them. As long as he don't get any cards, I definitely agree with Tom there. And Hernandez up front.
I agree.
You can fuck off.
I agree with both of you. Arnautovic left wing, and Hernandez up front. If Hernandez left wing was ever going to work, it was West Brom away when they had no attacking intent. It had to work that game. It didn't. It's time to put a halt on it. I can see what Bilic is trying to do. I get it. But Hernandez cannot play that role. He just can't do it. He's not managing it. He's not understanding when to go and when to stay. He's not managing it. How long do you wait for him to get it? Well, in this day and age in the Premier League, especially when the manager's under pressure game by game, you can't wait. You cannot wait 5 games, 6 games, 7 games, because before you know it, Slav, you're going to be sacked and your experiment won't have worked. And the next manager's going to come in and put him up front and it's going to start working. You're going to look like an even bigger mug. So for this one, we're going to be playing counter-attacking football. Hernandez is more suited to running counter-attacking than Andy Carroll is. So for that, it's got to be Arnautovic, Hernandez and Antonio as the front three for me as well.
Yeah, it's not just that. Hernandez, you notice it as well. He plays the defence very well. He draws a foul. He can spin a player, and he'll get their defence on yellow cards, and that's what you want. And when they're all on yellow cards, you put Big Andy on the last 15, 20, and you really go at him. You get under this. That's what you've got to be at them, like we did with the Huddersfield game. We've got on the word go, mate. We've got to be at them this game. We've got to be on it. Yeah.
I agree. There's a chance there's the probability of us getting chances this game is slim. We might only get one chance the whole game, and I'd rather Hernandez is on the end of it than Andy Carroll, unless it's a cross. But we're not putting in many of them this season. Not many good ones anyway. So I'd rather it was Hernandez. But last couple of questions then. Tom, would you be happy with a draw, and are you confident for the game?
I'd be happy with a draw, mate, against Tottenham. Yeah. That's not what I want now. I want 3 points against Tottenham because I want bragging rights just from my workmates, my friends in normal life. I've got a lot of Tottenham friends. And to be honest, no. And what was the other question, Gio?
Are you confident? How are you feeling?
No, I'm very confident, mate. I cannot be confident. We just had, when I won the games against Bolton, but we've had, we have 3 clean sheets. So we've actually, we've turned the corner, hopefully, we've got to be confident, haven't we, really?
I'll get your score prediction in a few minutes, Tom. Nick, what about yourself? Are you confident and would you be happy with a draw against Spurs?
I would be happy with a draw, to be honest. I like the win, obviously, but I think just when you look at them realistically, they are a better team at the minute. Do you know what I mean? Than us. So I would take the draw. I want the win, but I would take a draw. That would just shut them up a little bit, wouldn't it? But am I confident? Yeah, do you know what? After the Huddersfield display, even at West Brom, there were signs that we were gelling. Forget Bolton, it was nothing. Jesus Christ, I'd have beat them. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I think we sort of gelled a bit after that Huddersfield game, and I think with Noble, I think this is where the Noble haters are going to eat their words because I think he might give the ball away now and again. He'll probably get an early yellow card. He always does, but I think this is a steel game and we're going to need it. And I'm confident we'll get a draw or the 3 points. We could even stun them, couldn't we? You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I think a draw is more than respectable against this outfit. They are a good team. A bit like you two, I'm willing to gamble the point in order to go after 3 against this slot, if that makes sense. I'm optimistic, quietly confident. I'm confident that we're not going to get smashed, if that makes sense. Before going into this 6 months ago, in May, I was feeding it could be 3-4-0 Spurs. I don't feel like this for this Saturday. We've tightened up at the back. We've got 3 clean sheets in a row, as Tom said. 4 clean sheets out of 5 if you want to go back a couple more games. We're slowly getting there. We've got the bench is going to be good on Saturday as well. That's another important factor. Ayew's going to be on there. Sakho's going to be on there. One of Arnautovic, Hernandez and Carroll is going to be on there. We're going to have a strong bench. Even Sam Byram and Masuaku, strong options that can change games. So that's important. But anyway, prediction time. Tom, but before we do that, Betway and Hamish Chat have linked up. They've said to us, give us your bet for the game. Tell us what you think is going to happen. We've said we think West Ham are going to win, Antonio's going to score, and Mark Noble's going to get a card. And what Nick just said, I don't think bookings in this game is a bad thing. I want us to go flying into tackles. I don't want us to stand. I hate seeing us lose and nobody in the team gets a card. Because I think that insinuates you've sort of rolled over a lot. I want to see crunchy challenges. I want to see us going in for 50-50s with a bit of oomph behind it. I don't mind cards. So that's our bet. 20-1. We'll put the link in the description below if you want to get on it. Betway putting 50 quid on it. And if it wins, the grand winnings are going to charity. And it's going to Isla's Fight, a young hammer who's got a rare child cancer. And she needs to raise a lot of money to go get treatment. So thanks to Betway for that. And fingers crossed we can raise some money for charity this season. It's a season-long thing. But prediction time, boys. Tom, we've all sat on the fence a little bit with the centre-backs and the left wing-backs. No sitting on the fence here, Tom. What's your score prediction?
Mate, you know what? We've got to be confident in this one. The fans are going to be up for it. It's going to be a blinding day. A lot of alcohol, a lot of swear words. We'll go with the swear words. It's going to be a rupturous atmosphere. 2-0 West Ham.
2-0 West Ham. Nick, can you see us keeping a clean sheet? Are you going for the win? What are you predicting?
I think Tom might have started on the beer already. Do you know what I mean? I know he likes to drink. There's our Tom, I can't see us keeping a clean sheet. I'll be perfectly honest. Not with Ali and Ericsson and Kane. I think it's going to be I do think we're going to win, actually. I think it's going to be, but it's going to be close. It's going to be either 2-1 or 3-2. I think it's going to be a heated game. I think the fans, we're turning, we're having enough now, some of it. You know what I mean? Some of the prawn sandwich brigade are buggering off a little bit, and you've got some old school come back, and we've all moved. A lot of people have moved down from the top tiers. They've worked out it's crap. They've come down. They're making it, again, a vocal, fortress, as it were, and they're coming down to be heard, even though it's a long way to fucking shout, and it's going to be a heated game. So it wouldn't surprise me if there's a sending off either. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what the statistics are for sending offs in these games, but hopefully it's one of them. You know what I mean?
Dele Alli.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be one of them. And so 3-2. I'll tell you what, more realistically, 2-1. 2-1 West Ham. We all go home happy.
Tom says 2-0. Nick says 2-1. I'm going with their winning vibe as well. I've just got a thing. I've been impressed by our defence recently. They've been struggling big time at Wembley to score. They've been struggling to score. Similar size pitch, similar size venue in a sense. It's big, blah blah blah, spacious, whatever you want to call it. I think our venue's got a lot of similarities to Wembley, and I think that could play on their mind a little bit. I'm going to go for 1-0. I'm going in the middle of these two. I'm agreeing with Tom's clean sheet, and I'm going to say 1-0. And I think it'll be Antonio that scores as well. But if you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. Let us know your thoughts. What lineups do you want to see? Who do you want centre back? Who do you want left wing back? And what do we do with this left wing / inside forward and the striker position? Who do you want to see play? And what do you think will happen? Do you think West Ham will win, or do you think we'll get a draw, or do you think we're going to get our arses handed to us on a plate, which we've seen a lot of times at the London Stadium last year? But anyway, Nick, thank you very much. Check out his website, crosshammers.com. Tom, thank you very much as normal. And it's goodbye from me as well. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you later.